Have you ever thought about how we are surrounded by messages all the time, everywhere we look? Whether on social media, television, or even in the music we listen to, there seems to be a constant attempt to capture our attention in a very specific way, by sexualizing what we see and hear. It's as if the world wants to convince us that this is the only way to see things, but is it really so? Imagine your brain as a garden. Everything you consume, every video, song, or TV show, is like a seed planted in this garden. Some of these seeds grow into beautiful flowers and fruit trees, representing information and entertainment that benefits us and helps us grow as people. But others, especially those that try to influence through sexualization alone, can be like weeds that, if unchecked, can choke the good plants and take over the entire garden. Now, think about how this affects your ability to control your own actions and decisions. When your garden is full of these weeds, it can be harder to stay focused on the things that truly matter, whether at work, with your family, or in your personal goals. You end up losing control over what you truly want for yourself because your brain is too busy managing these influences that don't contribute to your growth. This is where the importance of detoxifying the brain comes in, cleaning the garden of these weeds. This doesn't mean you should completely ignore sexuality, which is a natural part of life, but rather balance and carefully choose what you allow in your mental garden. Today, we will address strategies to help you detoxify your brain and increase your focus day by day. To start the cleansing process, it is essential to be aware of the choices you make about what you watch, listen to, and consume. Ask yourself, will this add something positive to my garden? Will it help me grow and develop? If the answer is no, it might be time to choose another seed to plant. Additionally, cultivating a healthy garden in your brain also involves replacing weeds with more flowers and fruit trees. This can be achieved by seeking content that enriches your intellect and emotions, such as books, documentaries, or even music, and shows that inspire positivity and motivation. Imagine the positive impact on your life if your mental garden were a place of beauty and tranquility, where you could find clarity and inspiration. By consciously choosing what to plant in this garden, you not only regain control over your brain and actions, but also make room for success and happiness in all areas of your life. Therefore, the next time you find yourself browsing the internet or choosing what to watch on TV, remember your garden. Choose the seeds that will bring beauty, health, and success to your life, and watch how, over time, your mental garden can become a refuge of peace and prosperity. After all, taking care of the garden of your brain is taking care of yourself. Guarding our mental garden against the constant invasion of sexualized content, as we discussed earlier, is the first step toward more effective control over our own lives. The next natural step is the development of discipline, a virtue deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy that teaches us not only how to manage our desires and impulses, but also how we can use it to achieve a more fulfilling and meaningful life. Stoics believed that the key to living a good life lies in self-control, self-sufficiency, and inner freedom that comes from living according to reason and not being slaves to external desires and passions. For Stoics like Seneca or Marcus Aurelius, discipline was not just a practice, but a way of mastering the art of living well. To understand how this applies to the modern world, we can look at the Stoic concept of apatheia, or the absence of passions. This doesn't mean a lack of feeling, but rather liberation from destructive passions that can deviate us from our core values. By cultivating discipline, we are essentially training our minds to respond more calmly and rationally, not just reacting to external stimuli with which the media and society constantly bombard us. For Stoics, not all desires are equal. Desires aligned with our rational nature and personal values are considered natural and necessary, while those that are merely products of external influences are deemed unnecessary. Stoic discipline teaches us to distinguish between these desires and to seek to satisfy only those that contribute to our growth and personal well-being. This principle is extremely relevant when considering our pursuit of success. If success is defined by healthy relationships, financial stability, and personal satisfaction, then discipline helps us achieve these goals by allowing us to focus on what is essential, eliminating distractions and compulsions that do not serve our greater purpose. Stoicism also shows us that discipline is crucial in relationships. The practice of seeing things as they are, without the filter of our personal expectations or selfish desires, allows us to interact with others more authentically and respectfully. This leads to stronger and more meaningful relationships, whether personal or professional. In the context of self-governance, Stoic discipline helps us maintain consistency in our actions, regardless of fluctuations in our emotional states. This is crucial for any form of long-term success, as consistency is the foundation on which trust and reputation are built, both in ourselves and in others. Implementing this Stoic discipline begins with the daily exercise of reflection and self-examination, practices recommended by philosophers like Epictetus. At the end of each day, analyzing our own behaviors and decisions can help us identify where we were not disciplined and how we can improve. This practice, known as the examination of conscience, is a powerful tool for the development of self-discipline. Finally, discipline brings us a reward that is central to Stoicism: inner peace. By living according to our principles and controlling our reactions to external desires, we achieve a form of internal freedom. This autonomy is true success, as it is not measured by external standards, but by how well we live according to our deepest values. Reflecting on the importance of discipline and how it can transform our mental garden, freeing it from unnecessary influences of sexualization in the media, helps us understand how eliminating distractions and vices can deepen our control over our lives, leading to greater balance and well-being. Modern distractions like pornography, excessive use of social media, and the constant search for new content are comparable to the weeds that threaten to choke the flowers and fruit trees in our mental garden. Although often attractive and designed to capture our attention, they steer us away from our deeper goals and the values we truly define and want to achieve. In Stoic practice, we are encouraged to identify these vices and actively work to reduce their presence in our lives. Stoic philosophers like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius emphasize the importance of focusing on what is within our control: our actions, reactions, and judgments. They would advise us to constantly question, does this significantly contribute to my life? Is it aligned with my deepest values? Eliminating these distractions is not just about saying no to them, but also understanding why they are so attractive. We often seek these distractions as a way to escape deeper problems or feelings of dissatisfaction and restlessness. This is where Stoic discipline acts as a tool to face these issues directly, rather than seeking temporary relief. True discipline involves learning to live with the discomfort we sometimes feel and confronting it without resorting to vices or harmful habits. It's about cultivating a mind that can see clearly and choose actions that are beneficial and resonate with our authentic values, rather than impulsive reactions to the stimuli around us. By adopting this approach, we begin to understand that discipline not only involves restriction, but also direction. Redirecting our energy and time from low-value activities to those that enrich and empower us. Instead of wasting hours on social media or sites that don't add value, we can choose to invest that time in learning new skills, practicing a hobby, or simply being with those we love, cultivating deeper and more meaningful relationships. This path is not always easy, but it is deeply rewarding. By clearing the mental space occupied by vices and distractions, we find more clarity. This clarity leads us to inner peace and a sense of control over our own lives, which is true freedom. In Stoic philosophy, as in life, true freedom means being masters of ourselves. By detaching ourselves from these distractions, we not only improve our ability to focus and pay attention, but also elevate our existence to something greater and more aligned with our ideal of life. This is a continuous process, a daily cultivation of the mental garden that we decide to plant and care for. Ultimately, having discipline means choosing a path of life that respects and reflects our deepest and most authentic values. As we advance on the journey of clearing our minds and restructuring our daily routines to minimize distractions and vices, we reflect more deeply on how these changes impact not only our daily lives, but also our time and productivity. This new awareness invites us to explore how more intentional use of our time can radically transform our skills and achievements, driving our personal and professional success. Cultivating a disciplined mind improves the quality of our time, determined by the quality of our attention and intention. If before we were trapped in cycles of instant gratification, now, with a clearer mind, we can plan our days with purposes that truly resonate with our long-term goals. One of the greatest revelations of this new state of clarity is realizing how much time we truly have when it is not consumed by impulses or escapism. This is where the concept of quality time, so valued by the Stoics, comes in. They teach us that it is not the quantity of time we have, but how we use it that defines the richness of our lives. Marcus Aurelius, for example, highlighted that the true loss is what dies within us while we live, our unrealized potentials due to lack of focus and discipline. By exploring how to apply the principles of Stoicism to face and moderate the tendency to objectify people, especially in everyday situations like looking inappropriately at others on the street, we can gain significant benefits not only in our actions, but also in our way of thinking and relating to the world. Let's address how these principles can be incorporated practically and effectively into your life. First of all, the use of reason is a powerful tool on this path. Stoicism teaches us to be masters of our impulses, not their slaves. This implies that, when faced with the impulse to objectify someone, we should pause and ask ourselves, is this behavior aligned with the person I want to be? This reflection allows us to use reason to evaluate our actions instead of simply reacting to stimuli. Thus, by consciously choosing not to follow an impulse, we are practicing self-control and aligning our actions with our deeper values of respect and integrity. The practice of temperance is crucial. This Stoic principle urges us to live a life of moderation and control over excesses, which includes the way we express and live our sexual desires. By exercising temperance, we learn to balance our natural impulses with respectful and thoughtful conduct. It can be as simple as consciously looking away or focusing on non-physical aspects of the people around us. Cultivating this habit daily strengthens our ability to control our actions and fosters a deeper respect for ourselves and others. Finally, living consciously and present transforms profoundly how we interact with the world. This aspect of Stoicism, centered on controlling what is within our reach, helps us cultivate a mental presence that dispels distractions and superficial thoughts. When we fully concentrate on the present moment, engaging completely with our surroundings and the tasks at hand, there is less room for inappropriate wanderings. Moreover, this practice of mindfulness reinforces our ability to appreciate people as whole and complex beings, with qualities and virtues beyond physical appearance. By incorporating these Stoic teachings into your life, you not only move away from harmful behaviors, but also pave the way for a richer and more respectful life. You become someone who not only respects the integrity of others, but also lives according to the highest standards of personal virtue. This is a powerful path not only towards self-control, but towards a profound and positive transformation in the way you see and relate to the world around you. Throughout this conversation, we have explored how a focused and deliberately directed life can lead us to a richer and more meaningful state of existence. We have seen how mental clarity and an intentionally built life allow us not only to maximize our productivity, but also to improve the quality of our relationships and our ability to achieve long-term goals. The challenge of desexualizing the brain, that is, reducing the constant influence of sexualized stimuli in our daily lives, proves to be crucial in this journey. By facing this challenge, we not only free our minds from unnecessary distractions and impulses, but also make room for deeper and more meaningful thinking. In this context, the commitment to clarity of thought and purity of focus can be truly transformative. Every conscious choice we make to turn away from the constant bombardment of sexualized content helps us redefine and reorient our energy towards nobler and more enduring goals. We become capable of cultivating deeper and more authentic relationships and pursuing goals that reflect our most genuine values. Sharing a personal experience, there was a time in my life when I felt that my attention and energy were constantly fragmented by an incessant flow of inappropriate and superficial content. I regularly found myself distracted, unable to focus on activities that really mattered to me, such as creative writing and developing deep relationships with the people around me. Making the decision to purify my media consumption was not easy. It involved changing ingrained habits and resisting temptations that were just a click away. However, by implementing these changes, I discovered a new sense of freedom. Over time, the fog of distraction began to lift, and I found myself able to think more clearly, and connect more meaningfully with others. My creativity flourished, and my ability to concentrate improved dramatically. This transformation not only improved my quality of life, but also allowed me to achieve successes that previously seemed unattainable. Long-term projects that were once obscured by momentary distractions now received the full attention they deserved. Relationships that were once superficial and unfocused became deep sources of support and inspiration. This experience reaffirmed to me that the discipline of actively filtering what we allow into our minds is not just about restrictions, but about making space for personal growth. It's about reclaiming our ability to direct our focus and energy towards building the life we truly desire. Therefore, as you consider your own life, think about how desexualizing the brain can not only improve your concentration and productivity, but elevate your existence to something more rewarding and meaningful. Every deliberate choice we make moves us away from the chaos of excessive stimuli and leads us towards a clarity that can truly transform our lives. We appreciate you joining us until the end and hope this video has brought valuable insights into your life. Your presence and commitment are fundamental to the growth of our channel. Keep following us for more inspiring and transformative content. Leave your comments, share your reflections, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any updates. See you in the next video.